But when you shift your questions, and don't get me wrong, I ain't saying it's easy, because when you're going through life and lifing, the rose is delicate, widely known for its simplicity and its elegance. But don't get it twisted now. The rose can also be prickly to the touch. And even with this flaw, the rose is appreciated also very much. Remember, there's power in the tongue. We do have to learn to shift the types of questions that we are asking God. Because God will show us the answers to the types of questions that we ask. Because there's power in the tongue. And it's not God not listening to us. It's not God not being there. God is delivering what we're asking. It's just, what are you asking? Because think about it. God never leaves us. It's our attention. Is our attention on God, or is our attention on the problems? And if the attention is always on the problems, how are you going to see God within it? If you're so focused on the problems, your awareness is a gift. It's a gift. And what you put your awareness on is what grows. I'm learning that in my season right now. So if your awareness is always on problems and you're asking God, why is this happening to me? Why is nothing ever working out? God, where are you? Where are you? AKA, you're not here. God, where are you? Why does every time I gain momentum, or I get 3 steps ahead, something knocks, like, power of the tongue? You're asking these questions to God within your awareness because you're focused so much on the lack thereof. You want your answer from God, right? God is going to show you your answer. Where are you putting your awareness? On lack. That's what's going to grow. I'm really hoping that that's making sense. The more that we focus on lack, the more lack will grow. The more that we focus on what's not working, the more that will happen. The more that we focus on he, she, her, him, they, the more we're not paying attention to ourselves. That's reference for mind your business. That's why it's important to understand that where your attention goes, it grows. And you have to have the wanting, the urgency to shift your perceptions of life. And one way to do that is just by shifting your questions. I'm doing that now. And I'll get to what it's bringing within me. But once you start to shift your questions and start asking those questions of, God, how are you so blissful in my life? God, how are you so abundant in my life? God, how are you so thriving in my life, God. Show me how good life can be, God. Show me how great I am within you, God. Show me my light within you, God. God, how does everything always seem to work out for me, God? How am I a force within this world, God? How do I shine my light within this world, God? God, how are you so abundant in my life? How is my life so full of prosperity? God, how am I so creative in life? God, show me how good life can be. Show me how good I can be. Show me, God, what you see in me. Once you start asking those questions, you're putting your awareness on those things, on the goodness, on the greatness of how God can show up for you, on the light that you are in this world, on the abundance that God has for us. That's you shifting your perspective from lack to abundance. Even when life is lifing. Even when it's lifing. Even when it's lifing. For example, you got a bill coming up. You don't know how you're going to pay for it. Right? Instead of asking, God, how am I going to pay this bill? You know I don't have such and such. I know that's where the mind likes to go first. But now switch it up. Switch it up. Switch it up. God, how do you make everything work out so well for me? God, how do you always provide for me at the right time? God, how do you always just know when to come through for me? I challenge you to ask questions like that. Because your awareness is on that. There's power within our awareness, just like there's power within our tongue. God lives within us. So we have a certain power within us as well. That's why God is within her, she will not fail. That's literal. Once you switch that perspective and those questions to that abundant side, you will notice there's and because I have, you will notice that there is a feeling that starts to emerge from within. A feeling deep within your spirit of, yes! You know? Yes! And it can be so intoxicating. Because it's like your spirit has been waiting for that. Waiting for that. Your spirit will be like, yes, yes, more, do more of that, do more of that, do more, yes. So, and as you begin to insert those type of questions, especially on a daily basis, you will become detached, or you will start to detach from worldly things, worldly issues. Not saying things aren't important in this world. I'm not saying that at all. But you won't be so dependent on the worldly things. Your dependence has shifted to God things. Your spirit, your essence, your abundance, your prosperity, your joy, your peace, your happiness, your flow. There we go. Your flow. Love. Divine love. Centered within yourself, not external. Internal. Your confidence. How you think. And fueling that every day, you will start to see what God has been showing you all along. Because your attention, your awareness is open to it now. It's not open to the lack thereof. Because that's all you can see. Because that's all that you're perceiving. Because that's all that you're asking. That's why, in my opinion, take what resonate, leave what don't. That's why I feel a lot of people, when they're going through life and life is life and things are tough and things are hard and challenging, and they feel like they're not getting anywhere because their mind is so focused on the lack thereof. Where your attention goes, where your awareness is, it grows. That's what's growing in life. That's why things will stay the same. That's why things will not change. Because that's where the awareness and the perceptions are. That's so important. And I had to learn it. It's so important. Where your attention goes, it grows. That's what this message is about. It's not even about what you say no more. Where your attention goes, it grows. But like I said, once that shifts and you ask those open questions, God, show me how life can be. Although it's not a question, it's a statement, but it's a abundant statement. Shift your questions and your statements to abundance. God, show me how good life can be. God, how are you so graceful in my life? God, how are you so abundant in my life? God, how do you see me? What you ask, the answer will be given. So if God is showing you how to see you, what you gonna see? Right? I've noticed a lot of successful people, and I don't mean successful as opposed to cars, clothes, money, jewelry. Successful as in people who you feel are happy, who you feel are peaceful, who you feel are in their purpose, and you know they are. I can pretty much assure you it's because their mind is more focused on the goodness of what life can be. And I just kind of got off a little bit. My bad. But I'm learning that because the more that I do that, the more that I am doing that every single morning, throughout the day, before I go to sleep, there's a feeling just rising within me that feels so freeing. I know the more that I cultivate that abundance relationship in God, the more that it'll grow. And like I said, I'm trying to put it into words as best as I can, and I hope I'm relaying that message the way God needs me to. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. But the more that we do that, the better we'll be. The better we'll feel. the better we'll grow inside, the better our mind can be in a state of peace throughout whatever is going on externally in the world for you. As within, so without. Because and I had to learn this the hard, long way. That true change, and I know I've talked about change on my page before, but I'm not perfect. It's a journey. This is a journey. Oh my God, this is a whole journey. But I'm realizing that true change is not external at all. Yes, there are certain actions to do. Yeah, in the world there are certain actions to do, but the change starts in God. I truly believe that once we tap into that knowing and that realization that we do have to go within and listen in the silence, and like I said, when you go in the silence, yes, it is noisy, it is loud at first, because there's everything within you, every thought you didn't finish, everything you're worried about, it's gonna come up. That must happen. That has to happen in order to get to the silence and hear God. But I challenge you, I dare you, I urge you to start asking those abundant, love-filled questions to God instead of the lack. I challenge you. I challenge you 7 days. And you don't even have to drop a comment below and tell me that you're gonna do it or you did it. Do it on your own time. I challenge you 7 days. Ask those questions to God. God, how is my life so abundant? How is my life so filled with love and joy and peace and happiness? God, how does everything work out for me so well? God, show me how you see me. God, show me how good life can be. Show me how great I am. Every day for 7 days, start asking those questions. The key, when you're asking these questions, try your best to not ask the lack questions. Even if a thought comes up of lack, which it about will. Catch your awareness. You are your awareness. Catch your awareness and ask an abundant question. Say a thought come up, a worry thought. How am I gonna pay for this? And then once you ask that question and you start putting your attention on that, it goes down this rabbit hole of everything that you don't have, everything that you need, and yeah. Try your best to catch yourself. God, I'm so glad that you work everything out for me. God, show me how it works out for me. God, how is everything working out for me all the time? How does it work out for me all the time? God, show me how good it can get. God, thank you for that being paid. Thank you, God. God, I don't know how you did it. It ain't my business. But I thank you. Because it's not our business on how everything will work out. The how ain't your business. Of course. Take those guided actions. Take the actions. Take the actions. Because when you don't take the actions, you're not aligning. You're not meeting God where God meet you when you don't take the actions. And don't that's another thing, I've learned, God is within her and him. She or he will not fail. My mind going blank now. So I guess that's where this video will end. If you stayed this long, I thank you. I appreciate you. Drop a like. Drop a comment if you so desire. Subscribe to my page if you are not already subscribed. If you are new here, I am Rochelle V. Just talking about my journey. Thank you. Peace.